So welcome to Fun with Maths channel, and today we are going to start inverse trigonometry functions, solve NCERT and PYQs for class 12. Now see that I have questions from NCERT. Before that, let us discuss something about the principal value branch, because we know in the previous video we have done that why we have to restrict our domain of the trigonometric functions. Because if we don't restrict, for example, if we take simple sine function, right, sine function, right, and its domain is R. If you remember, sine function's graph we have taken like this, right? This is your x-axis and this is y-axis. Its maximum value goes to 1 and minimum to -1. So here also it's going like this. So if we don't restrict our domain for the sine function, then this is not a function which is 1, 1. If you draw a line parallel to x-axis, it intersects curve infinitely many points, right? It goes on like this sine curve. So to define the inverse function, it is necessary for inverse function that trigonometric function has to be 1, 1 and onto. These two things are very important. So we have all these domain and the codomain. Here you can learn what will be the domain of sine inverse and then cosec inverse, right? Its codomain is closed minus pi by 2 to pi by 2. Cosec's codomain is closed minus pi by 2 to pi by 2, but not 0 this point. Why? Because sine 0 you know is 0, but cosec 0's value is infinite, not defined like this. Then take the cos inverse. Cos inverse domain is minus 1, 1 and the codomain is 0 to pi, closed. Now come to sec. Here also R minus domain is open minus 1, 1, right? Why? Because in this interval, open interval, you cannot get any value for sec, right? So from the inverse, these points are vanished. And now see, sec is 0 to pi closed, cos sec's codomain is 0 to pi closed but not pi by 2. Why? Because cos pi by 2 is 0 and sec pi by 2's value is not defined like this. So you learn like this. So we are going to take few questions from NCERT. The first question is write the principal value branch of all these questions, right, from 1 to 8, 10. So first one is sine inverse minus 1 by 2. Take sine inverse minus x is minus sine inverse x. Why? I have given you the solution. Sine inverse minus 1 by 2, put this is theta. Sine theta is minus 1 by 2. Sine of minus theta is minus sine theta. Here the unit circle is very helpful. Theta goes positive in this direction, anti-clockwise. But if it is coming to clockwise, it is negative. And in the fourth quadrant, sine is negative. So sine of minus pi by 6 you will write down, right? That is why it is necessary to restrict the domain of sine function. So and we are very much in the our this thing. If you see, pi minus pi by 6 belongs to this interval. So we are through. What is the principal value? Is pi by 6, right? cos inverse root 3 by 2. What is the principal value branch will be? Pi by 6. Belongs to 0 to pi. This is necessary. Please check this belongs to the principal value branch. Next question. Cosec inverse 2. Principal value will be pi by 6. Why? Sine pi by 6 is 1 by 2. Cosec pi by 2 is pi by 6 is 2. So cosec inverse 2 will be pi by 6. Tan inverse minus root 3. Put this is equal to theta. If you suppose forget the values, principal value branch, do like this. Tan theta is root 3 by root 3. Tan theta is tan minus pi by 3 and theta is minus pi by 3. Again, in the fourth quadrant, tan is negative. So we cannot come like this because we have to be careful about the range, right? So this, if you remember, see, what is the codomain is my open minus pi by 2, and what we are getting, value of tan here minus pi by 3, and this belongs to, this is very important, write down minus pi by 2, pi by 2. Now cos inverse minus 1 by 2. Now cos inverse minus x is not minus cos inverse x like sine. Why? Because let's solve this. This is equal to pi minus cos inverse x. And I'm going to tell you the derivation of this. Put cos inverse minus x as theta. This is a recalling of the concept also. This previous video we have done, but now here we are doing this. This implies cos theta is minus x. This implies x is equal to minus cos theta. Now, cos in the fourth quadrant is positive. So you cannot write down cos minus cos theta is not equal to cos of minus theta. So in this here, what we are going to do, we will write down x is, but cos of pi minus theta is minus cos theta. Cos in the second quadrant is negative, and we cannot either second quadrant minus pi by theta or third quadrant pi plus theta, but we cannot take pi plus theta because that is not, we are restricted cos function 0 to pi, right? Then pi to 2 pi, principal value branch is 0 to pi. That's why we will write down it like this, and this implies cos inverse x is pi minus theta. Now you can write down, we can write down pi minus theta here, pi minus theta here. Let me take the another page. Cos of what we have got here, inverse x. Cos inverse x is pi minus theta. And if you remember what is our theta, write down theta is cos inverse minus x. So you can write down theta is equal to pi minus cos inverse x. And what was your theta if you remember? Cos inverse minus x we have taken. So this is equal to pi. So always the question was cos inverse minus 1 by 2. Cos inverse minus 1 by 2 is equal to pi minus cos inverse 1 by 2. Is here minus is here but with pi, and this implies pi minus pi by 3, which is equal to 2 pi by 3. This is your principal value. Now next question is tan inverse minus 1. Next question is sixth question, I suppose. Tan inverse minus 1, which is equal to minus tan inverse 1. Why? Tan of, we know, minus x is minus tan x. Tan inverse minus 1 is minus tan inverse 1, and this value will be minus pi by 4. Got the value. And this belongs to open minus pi by 2, which is very important. You see here, this is important here, right? And we are coming to the next question is sec inverse. See, I can take this is a direct value, you can do this thing. Cot inverse root 3 you can do. Cos inverse minus 1 by root 2 and cosec inverse minus root 2. These two I am going to take. This is simple. This will be, which value is, sec's value is 2 by root 3. रूट 3 by 2 cos का रूट 3 by 2 कब वैल्यू होता है? जब वो pi by 6 में देता है. तो this I am going to write down the answer here. The principal value is equal to, for this question is sec के लिए इसका मतलब रिवर्स होगा. cos का pi by 6 में होता है, तो ये pi by 6 will be the answer. Cot inverse root 3. Cot कब वैल्यू लेता है? रूट 3 pi by 6 के लिए, because tan of pi by 6 is 1 by root 3. Cot of pi by 6 is root 3. तो यहाँ पर लिखेंगे इसके लिए pi by 6. Cos inverse 1 by root 2 कब लेता है? cos pi by 4 पे. तो this value is pi minus pi by 4. And this is 3 pi by 4. Done. Here we will do cosec inverse minus root 2. Sec sin 1 by root 2 कब लेता है? pi by 4 पे. minus 1 by root 2 कब लेगा? minus pi by 4 पे. तो cosec inverse minus root 2 कब लेगा? pi by 4 पे, but minus. Done. This is all over now. Okay. Question is, find the values of the following: tan inverse 1, cos inverse minus 1 by 2 and sin inverse minus 1 by 2. So let's write down the question. Tan inverse 1, eleventh question. Tan inverse 1, cos inverse minus 1 by 2, sin inverse minus 1 by 2. We have to be careful when we are considering the inverse for negative with cos and sin, right? So yes, I have taken the right question, 11th. Now let me write down the values. This will be pi by 4 directly. This will be pi minus pi by 3. And this will be minus pi by 6, right? So now you can solve this. This is pi by 4 and this part will be 2 pi by 4, 3, and this is pi by 6. So your LCM is 12. So this is 3 pi, this is 4, 8 pi, and this will be 2 pi. So equal to 9 by 12 pi or 3 by 4 pi. That's the answer. Now question number 12 is, if sine inverse x is y, then y is between, or options are given, 0 to pi is not a branch for sine. It is minus pi, all the branches for sine is minus pi by 2 to pi by 2 closed, or pi by 2 to 3 pi by 2 closed, or 3 pi by 2 to 5 pi by 2, like this. So this is not. This is the answer, right? Y must be between this. Now question number 13, tan root 3 and sec inverse minus 2. Let us solve here only this question. This gives you pi by 3 for the tan, and sec inverse is minus, this is pi minus cos 1 by 2 takes, when it is pi by 3, cos pi by 3 is 1 by 2. So sec pi by 3 is 2. And here is minus. So this will be pi minus pi by 3. So pi by 3 minus 2 pi by 3. So what value we are getting after solving this will be minus pi by 3. So this is the answer, option B, right? So these are the solution for NCERT questions. I have left one question, that is question number 12. So these two questions answer is okay. 11th answers we have got, and this we have to solve here. So I am solving here only 12th question. This is cos inverse 1 by 2, this one. So this part is pi by 3 minus 2 sine inverse 1 by 2. This is pi by 6. Pi by 6. So this is cancel. This is answer is 0. 12th answer is 0 we have got. And I think that's the end of the questions of NCERT. So let us check once. 1, 2, 3, 5 we have done, and then we have done these questions, right? We have done these questions. 6th we have done, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11th, 12, 13 and 14 we have done in the graph only, in the question sheet where the questions are given. So that's the end. 11th we have done, 12th we have done, 13 and 14th answer B we have got. If you want you can check the answers. So that is what we have let us check again once we have tried all the questions or not. So 11th, 6th, 3, 4, 5, 6 and continuously we have done. Then 7th, 8th, 9th we have done. 10th we have got. 11th we have done there. 12th, 12th is how come this is 0? No, this is not 0. This will be plus of this. So this is pi by 3, pi by 3. So this, I'm sorry, this will be equal to 2 pi by 3. So this we have done. 13th answer is B and 14th answer is B. Yes, minus 1 by 3 we have got. So that's the end of the this thing, NCERT questions. Now few more questions I would like to discuss. We have a very interesting question. This is, which is greater than tan 1 or tan inverse 1. Now, tan inverse 1 equals pi by 4. 1 is greater than pi by 4. Why? Because pi by 4 is 22 upon 7 into 4, which is 22 upon 28, which is less than 1. So 1 is greater than pi by 4, implies tan 1 is greater than tan pi by 4, implies tan 1 is greater than 1, and which is greater than pi by 4. This implies tan 1 is greater than pi by 4, and in place of pi by 4 you can put now pi by 4 is 1, right? And tan pi by 4, in place of pi by 4 you can put tan inverse 1, which solves our problem. That which is greater, tan 1 or tan inverse 1? Tan 1 is greater than tan inverse. Okay, done. So we have gone through. The question is, if sine inverse x is pi by 10 for some value, for some x belongs to R, then the value of cos inverse x, right? Now, how we are going to solve this? Because the properties, we cannot use that cos inverse x plus sine inverse x is equal to pi by 2. This is deleted from the syllabus. Now, without using this, how we can solve it, right? Let's see how we can solve. Sine inverse x is given pi by 10, right? This implies sine of pi by 10 is equal to x, right? So what we are going to do, this is what is given to us, right? If we can use this property, then let us check what value we will get of cos inverse x. This implies cos inverse x is equal to pi by 2 minus sine inverse x, which is equal to pi by 2 minus pi by 10, 5 pi minus pi, which is equal to 4 by 10 pi, or you can 2 by 5 pi. This is the answer we have got. Now, without using this, how we can find out, right? We will find out that this implies sine pi by 10 is equal to x. Now, what we want cos inverse x. Now, right? Sine of theta, we know we can write down as cos of 90 minus theta. So, we have taken this. This means this is our theta, right? Here, theta is pi by 10, right? So, we will write down sine of pi by 10 is what? Cos of pi by 2 minus pi by 10, right? This implies sine in place of pi by 10, we will put x, right? Because we have substituted that, right? X is equals cos of pi by 5 pi minus pi by 10, or x is cos of 4 pi by 10, that is 2 by 5 pi, and this implies cos inverse x is 2 by 5 pi. See, we have got. So, don't be in a hurry. Don't get nervous. Simply use the inverse functions. This is here. Here to here, sine function. X goes to y. Y come back through the inverse function on x. So, if it is sine inverse x, means we are taking here x. You can take anything here. So, this is your x now. And this is your y now, suppose. So, sine y to x. Sine inverse takes x to y. So, our y is here. Right? So, use that to solve. This is a good question.